Good morning and welcome all of my dear students. Today we are going to deal with our next topic of amines, that is, today we are going to see the nomenclature of amines. So as all of we know, in nomenclature there are two systems, in which the first one is common name system and the another one is IUPAC name system. So in nomenclature of amines, in common name system, first we are going to see about the aliphatic amines. So in aliphatic amines, as we have seen in the previous video, that there is no presence of aromatic ring. In aliphatic amines, while in nomenclature, the name of alkyl group plus we have to add the suffix amine to the name. While in the mixed amine, name of alkyl group in alphabetical order. We know that in mixed amines there is presence of two alkyl groups. Either the two alkyl group will be similar or the two alkyl group will be different. So if the two alkyl groups are different, we can name them on the basis of alphabetical order. For example, if methyl and ethyl group are there, we have to name ethyl first and then comes the methyl group while naming in common name system. And if there are two or more identical alkyl group, identical means if there are two or three similar groups, that time we have to add there the prefix that is in beginning of the name, either di if there are two alkyl groups or tri if there are three alkyl groups before the name of the alkyl group. We are going to see some of the types of amines, that is on the basis of common name. Here some type, that is primary, secondary and tertiary amines are given in the table along with their functional group and also the examples. So here first comes the primary amine. In primary amine, as we know that here only one hydrogen from the ammonia group, that is NH3, is replaced by the alkyl group. Here in the table they have attached the alkyl group, that is ethyl, and therefore the common name becomes ethylamine. While in the secondary amine, the functional group here, that is NH. Here two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two alkyl groups, and here you can see in the formula column that two methyl groups are attached to the nitrogen. Therefore, as we have seen in the common name system, if there are two identical groups, we are going to use the prefix that is di. So the common name here becomes dimethylamine. While in the case of tertiary amine, here you can see all the three hydrogen atoms are replaced by the alkyl group, and here the alkyl group is also methyl group, and since there are three methyl groups, we have used the prefix here tri, and therefore the name becomes trimethylamine. Now next comes in case of aromatic amines. While naming the aromatic amines, here the parent aryl amine is named as aniline. Here you can see the structure is given. You can see that in aniline the aromatic ring is directly attached to the nitrogen atom. Therefore, we call it as the aromatic amine. Aniline is also called as phenylamine. That means you can either use aniline or you can also use phenylamine instead of aniline. If another aromatic amines are there, we call them as the derivatives of aniline. That means they came from the parent aryl amine, and the parent aryl amine is aniline. An example is given, methyl phenylamine or methyl aniline. Since phenylamine and aniline, we can use either of the name. Here you can see, here methyl we have said, since one methyl group is attached to the nitrogen, and next one is the aromatic ring attached to the nitrogen directly. So the name becomes methyl aniline. Next comes the another naming system, that is the IUPAC name system. Now here, in case of first we are going to see the primary amines. While naming in IUPAC name system, that also primary amines, what we are going to do is replace the ending E of parent alkane. We know that methane, ethane, these names are ending with E. So here we are going to replace this E with the suffix amine. So here one example is given, that is methane, methanamine. Here in methane, E is replaced and instead of E, this suffix amine is given, and hence the name becomes methanamine. If two or more amino groups are present, then again in the similar way, as we have seen in the common name, here we can use di, tri as prefix. So here example is propane to diamine. That is propane group, there are two propane groups, and here therefore di is given. That means we can understand that the two propane groups are attached, therefore propane to amine. Now this we have seen about the primary amines. Next we are going to see in the case of secondary and tertiary amines. Now while naming in secondary and tertiary amines, here they are named as n substituted derivatives of primary amine. Largest group attached to the nitrogen atom is taken as the parent alkane. That is, to the nitrogen atom, whatever the largest group is attached, alkyl group is attached, that is taken as the parent alkane, and other as N substitutes. So in the example you can see here structure is also given, formula is given. NN dimethyl butylamine. Here the largest group is, here you can see on the right hand side, that is butyl amine, and dimethyl, why? Because here two methyl groups are attached. And here in the second example, N-ethyl cyclohexylamine. Here hexane group is there, therefore the largest group is the hexane group, and we say it as N-ethyl cyclohexylamine. So here you have to keep it in mind that in secondary and tertiary amine, whichever the largest group is attached to the nitrogen atom, that is taken as the parent amine or parent alkane. So this was all about the naming of amines, about the common name system, IUPAC name system. Now we are going to deal with the preparation of amines, how amines are prepared. In that, number first one is by ammonolysis method. Now what is mean by ammonolysis? Here we have said that by ammonolysis of alkyl halides. In ammonolysis, the CX bond is broken by the ammonia. Since ammonia breaks the CX bond, we call this process as ammonolysis. You can also call it as alkylation of ammonia. Why alkylation of ammonia? Because here RX bond is broken and alkyl group is attached to the ammonia. That's why we call it as alkylation of ammonia. And this reaction takes place at 373 Kelvin. Now here, as we have seen ammonolysis of alkyl halide, here X is represented as halide group, or we can say the halogen group. Now here 2 or 3 steps are there. In the first step, if we carry out the reaction, here you can see the reaction that if Rx, that is alkyl halide, is treated with excess of alcoholic ammonia and heat is provided, we get the primary amine. One hydrogen of nitrogen is replaced by the alkyl group, and alkyl group is attached to the ammonia, that is alkylation of ammonia, and in the very first step we get the primary amine. After getting this primary amine, if again the further reaction is carried out, what we get? We get the secondary, and again if secondary amine is treated with ammonia, we get the tertiary amine, and finally in the last step we get the quaternary ammonium salt. So in ammonolysis method, first step by step we are going to get all the types of amine, that is primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine, and at last we get the quaternary ammonium salt. Now here many types of halogens you can use. Here X, we have said that X is used for halogen group. The order of reactivity of alkyl halides with ammonia is given. So here as you can see, Ri, that is iodide group, has the highest reactivity than bromine, and bromine has the greater reactivity than chlorine. So this was about the ammonolysis of alkyl halides. 3 steps. Fourth step we get the quaternary ammonium salt. Here examples are given. In the very first step we get the primary amine. Second step, if the reaction is carried out, we get secondary amine. And if secondary amine is again treated with ammonia, we get tertiary amine. And if this tertiary amine, the reaction is carried out further, we get the quaternary ammonium salt. Quaternary ammonium salt, it is a salt, therefore the positive and negative sign is present in this structure. That's why it is called as quaternary ammonium salt. So this was all about the alkylation ammonolysis method. Next we are going to see the reduction of nitro compounds. Now here the nitro compounds are reduced to primary amines by metal acid mixture. So here primary amines are taken and they are reduced by whom? By metal acid mixture. Here we can use SN or HCl or Fe HCl or Zn HCl. So here SN, Fe, Zn, these are the metals, and HCl, as we know, that is hydrochloric acid, that is the acid. So here we call it as metal and acid mixture. When metals are combined with acid, metal acid mixture. And here catalytic hydrogenation takes place. Now here H2 or Ni, or you can use PT or PD, or LiAlH4 in ether, lithium aluminium hydride, and that also in ether solution. So here nitro compounds you can see in the reaction RNO2, that is the nitro compound, and here reduction takes place, therefore here it is reacting with hydrogen, and this nitro group is, oxygen is removed, and here instead of 2 oxygen, here 2 hydrogens are attached, and here we get the primary amine. So this was how the reduction of nitro compounds takes place, and after the reduction of nitro compounds we get the primary amine. Now next comes the Mendius reaction. Mendius reduction. In what happens in Mendius reduction? Alkyl cyanide undergoes the reduction process in presence of ethanol, sodium and ethanol, and after the reduction of alkyl cyanide, again here we get the primary amine. So in Mendius reduction, in ammonolysis, and again in reduction of nitro compounds, here in all the 3 processes what we get? So here we get the primary amines. Now after these 3 processes, again there is the 4th method, that is by reduction of amides. So here also after the reduction of amides, we are going to get the primary amine. So here whatever the carbon number are there in the reactant side, we will get the same number of carbon atoms in the product side. So in primary amines, with same number of carbon atoms can be obtained by the reduction of amides by lithium aluminium hydride, that is LiAlH4 in ether solution. And here, or you can also use instead of that Na, that is sodium in ether solution in ethanol, C2H5OH, that is ethanol. So you can either use lithium aluminium hydride in ether or sodium in ethanol. And after the reduction of these amides, we get the primary amine, that is the ethyl amine. This was about the reduction of amides. So 4 procedures we have seen for the preparation of amines, and in this all 4 procedure we get the primary amine. So in today's session, first we have seen the nomenclature of amines. Second, we have seen the common name and IUPAC system of naming of amines. We have seen the table with examples. And another, we have seen the reduction of nitro compounds. Again, we have seen the ammonolysis, reduction, that is Mendius reduction, and reduction of amides. So students, in this 5th and 6th, you can see that in reduction of alkyl cyanide and reduction of amides, here the condition is the same, that is you can use sodium in ethanol solution or lithium aluminum hydride. So it will be very easy for you to keep it in mind that if whether reduction of alkyl cyanide is there or amide is there, the condition is the same. And in all this process, what we get the primary amine. So this was all about today's session of amines. Next we will see soon in the another session. Keep practicing and keep revising. Keep practicing the reactions properly and structures properly. Thank you.